Hello and a very warm welcome to all the viewers of 3.0 TV. This is Manoj Dara. For a brief moment, nearly every Bitcoin investors turned profitable. Now that the cryptocurrencies has retreated lower, it's time to do a quick stock taking on the several aspects that led to this spectacular rally of Bitcoin. If you want to know the reasons behind the Bitcoin price rise, the most obvious would be the launching of the spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US. Further, the increased interest in the leveraged rates, the perpetual swap contract that allowed investors to buy large amount of quantity. An individual could buy 100 Bitcoins, for example. This non-fundamental aspect helped lift the prices even higher, probably made a case for liquidating some of these lofty positions. More than $800 million worth of bullish positions have already been liquidated in the perpetual futures market, with prices reversing according to the crypto data tracked by the CoinGlass. To decipher various ingredients that help add spice to this Bitcoin rally, we have with us a very special guest. Let me introduce you to Mr. Rohas Nagpal. He is the Chief Blockchain Architect of Hi-Fi Blockchain. Sir, welcome on 3.0 TV.
Thank you so much, Manoj, for inviting me.
Your opening remarks on what's happening in this entire cryptocurrency universe, or something this segment have achieved which we have never seen before.
So I definitely believe that we are now at the start of the next crypto bull run. So as you know, this is the third bull run that we would have. The first one was the 2017, where the main narratives was ICO, or initial coin offering.
Right.
Then we had the second one, which happened in 2020-21, where we had multiple narratives, which was NFT, DeFi, as well as the institutional adoption. Now we are looking at the third crypto bull run starting out, and I feel here we will have 5 narratives. The first is tokenization of real world assets. The second is the Bitcoin ETFs, or exchange traded funds. The third is the decentralized physical infrastructure network, what we call as the DePIN. The fourth is the GambleFi, or the gambling related use cases. And the fifth is the liquid staking and restaking. Now, even though it is obviously the starting of the bull run, it doesn't mean things are only going to go in one direction, upward. There will definitely be lots and lots of ups and downs. But I have no doubt that 24-25 is going to be a massive year for the crypto industry.
A massive year for crypto industry, and you have highlighted the key factors behind this crypto rally. But how significant is, if you talk about the institutional adoption, which is actually propelling the crypto market to the new highs, and what is, according to you, is the significance? Because we have seen a broader move which is coming into the Bitcoin spot ETFs, which is actually known roughly around $800 billion worth of net inflows have flown into this Bitcoin spot ETFs. What is, according to you, is the institutional role? Since we're talking about altcoins, you mentioned about the gaming, liquid staking, how this sector is looking as when the institutional adoption or maybe the interest is concerned?
Sure. So one very important thing that we have to understand, like, why is ETF such an important thing, exchange traded fund? And the reason is, unlike other assets, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are very difficult to hold. You need a level of technical savviness to actually take care of your wallet and the seed phrases, and custody is a pain. There's no doubt about that. So what ETFs enable is that anybody who today can, buy mutual funds or shares or whatever, with that same ease and that same confidence, they can now invest in Bitcoin. So you don't have to worry about maintaining your wallets. You know that there is some institution there who is holding the Bitcoin in the wallet, and you are given a simple online system where you can click to buy and sell. Now that actually makes it much easier for people. Right. Because we keep hearing horror stories of so many people who have lost their crypto. In fact, I have an example here. I lost my Bitcoin several years ago when I didn't actually properly back it up from one laptop to the next one. So that is a nightmare for almost everyone. And I think that is the biggest problem that ETFs solve. They make holding Bitcoin easy. And definitely that will bring in a lot of money, because so many people were on the sidelines wanting to be a part of this asset, exactly, but they were worried about the technical complications.
So, sir, since we are talking about the broader participation and the Bitcoin ETFs, rally, which has actually led to a stupendous, rise in the cryptocurrencies. If you talk about few aspects, such as the US-based Bitcoin ETF has seen roughly around $10 billion in trading volume on March. The Bitcoin prices have reached 69,110. Few additional would be the rapidly approaching Bitcoin is rapidly approaching silver, which is nearly $1.4 trillion in market cap, 52% rise, and we can keep on adding the positives, as far as the entire cryptocurrency is concerned. Where it will stop, sir?
That's a very difficult answer to give. So, and naturally, anybody who predicts such kind of things usually ends up getting it wrong. But I definitely believe that Bitcoin should be able to touch a $2 trillion market cap in this bull run. I mean, that's the one guess that I'm ready to kind of, hedge out. $2 trillion seems logical, as of course a Bitcoin price of 100K, which people have been expecting for a long time. I think definitely we can expect that to happen in this current cycle.
So do you think that the Bitcoin spot ETFs will continue to grow and grow, sir?
Absolutely, there is no doubt on that. See, there is a massive number of people. If you really look at the world today, right, the way people think financially, especially, has changed over the last few years, especially after the whole COVID thing that we had. So people are now beginning to look at different kinds of assets. People are not just looking at the conventional assets. Plus, we see a lot of the youngsters, who don't want to probably now invest in real estate.
Exactly.
They feel that is way too overpriced. So a lot of them are thinking about regularly investing into crypto. And the way we see new use cases developing, so many good things are coming out of the industry that I think now it is becoming a mature industry. And definitely as more and more youngsters put their money in, as more and more institutions step in, definitely the inflow is going to increase.
So since we're talking about an increased inflow, let's very quickly touch base upon the important positive aspects which you have also highlighted, sir. Since you spoke about tokenization, gaming, liquid staking, and so on. A very quick take: can regulatory developments be seen as a catalyst for the recent bullish movement in virtual digital assets and popularly known as cryptocurrencies?
Sure, very good question. So in fact, if you look at it, see, the biggest problem always was the fear around FTX, subsequently around Binance.
Exactly.
Where, people are worried what is going to happen. Now FTX kind of has reached a logical conclusion. And Binance also, now that it has submitted itself to the regulators, and so many changes are going to come up, they're entering into some kind of a plea deal also. So this kind of cleans out the crypto sector.
Fantastic.
So a lot of the, shady activities that were happening are now to quite a level getting cleaned out. Probably the only thing that would still remain to be seen is what happens about Tether, because there are always lots of rumors about Tether will go bankrupt someday. I mean, people say that a lot. So I think the last step now is if Tether also cleans out, or maybe we have alternative stable coins that start to come in from the institutions. I mean, what is stopping, for example, a JP Morgan from launching their own stable coin?
Exactly.
As more and more such trusted financial institutions step into stable coin, plus, I would say one of the biggest things to consider is the CBDC, or the central bank digital currency. Like in India also now it is rolled out, in China it is rolled out, many other countries are working on it. Now the moment we have those CBDCs, we actually don't need stable coins anymore. I would say in a year from now, it will be so much easier for people to use CBDC instead of stable coin. And that will also definitely help in improving the overall size of the crypto market.
So you spoke about Tether, and there is a big concern as far as the reserve is concerned. He is holding some kind of cryptocurrencies in its basket, which is actually creating a big problem. And it has recently touched some $100 billion as far as the overall market cap is concerned. There is one important event. I would like to give you a small background about halving. Post-halving Bitcoin analysis, which says that in December 2012, Bitcoin hit its all-time high. And after halving, it touched 1.1, which was roughly around $1,100. November 2021, when the halving happened, we have seen roughly around, it touching roughly around $69,000. And in 2024, we are about to witness yet another halving, wherein per day from 900 Bitcoins, it will be cut to 450 Bitcoins, sir. What is your opinion on this and how it will help improve the fundamentals of the Bitcoin universe?
Sure. So as you know that Bitcoin's model is what we call as deflationary, because the number of Bitcoins is limited by the algorithm. Now I'm not saying that cannot change, because what we have to realize is blockchains can be forked, or the people who are running it, which are what we call as the miners in Bitcoin's case, they can get together and make fundamental changes also. But let's presume that that's not on the roadmap yet. So total will be 21 million Bitcoin. And the way it started was that when Bitcoin first took off, every block, which is approximately 10 minutes, you would have 50 Bitcoins being generated. And approximately every few years, 4 years, that amount is becoming half. That is why we call it the halving of the Bitcoin. And it will keep becoming half till the new Bitcoins become zero, because there's a total of 21 million and no new Bitcoins will be generated. But that
Right.
will happen in the year 2140. So I would say the supply of Bitcoin is so predictable that that has actually already been factored into the pricing. So I don't
Fantastic.
think that the current price rise that we are seeing has got much to do with halving. I think it is primarily got to do with the ETFs. Because the
Fantastic.
halving is something we have factored in from day one. We know exactly when the supplies are going to change.
Exactly. So, since we are talking about the entire cryptocurrency universe, which is because the crypto market cap is about to topple the $3 trillion mark, which we have seen in the late 2021. So, what factors do you attribute to the recent rally in the altcoins? And if you can share some good examples about what kind of fundamental aspects they are, which are happening or taking place in the altcoins as they surge amidst the Bitcoin dominance. Over to you, sir.
Sure. So what we've got to realize is when it comes to Bitcoin, there is a clear use case, and that use case is an electronic peer-to-peer currency. When we look at Ethereum, then again there it's very clear that this is a blockchain or a platform for smart contracts, and people can come and build a lot on it. Now what we are beginning to see is that besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, a lot of other blockchains have also come out which have solid use cases. So it is not like we just have too many blockchains with no use case. No, we are actually seeing solid use cases being built. Now, one of the biggest I would say is the tokenization of real world assets. So there we are
Right.
seeing a lot of action in the treasury bills, especially the US treasury bills. We are also seeing a lot of action in real estate. So certain countries like the US and all, they're seeing a lot of real estate being tokenized. Then there are so many other, for example, the project that I work for, there we are tokenizing the whiskey cask. You know, the whiskey cask could be in Scotland, but you can buy shares of that sitting anywhere in the world.
Fantastic.
Now, as we are beginning to see such real world assets being tokenized, the real power of the blockchain is seen. Because what do we mean by tokenization, right? So we firstly dematerialize the ownership of an asset, then we fractionalize it, which means even small amounts of money can be invested. And then people can use the blockchain tokens to trade in their existing wallets also.
Fantastic.
So that is kind of a very, very big innovation. And I would say from a technology point of view, blockchain is the best technology suited for such kind of tokenization. And now because every normal person is regularly interacting with real estate or with treasury bills
Exactly.
or with whiskey, for example. And now the moment they see that these assets are also on the blockchain, they are more likely to be comfortable investing in. And I think that is what is really fueling a lot of the rally this time.
Fantastic. You gave a very valid example about what are the fundamental aspects that are driving the cryptocurrency market and correlation with the tokenization aspect to it. Thank you so much, Mr. Rohas Nagpal, for being part of this special interaction on 3.0 TV. I wish you all the best for all your projects, and we hope when we interact next time, Bitcoin is over $1 lakh. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right, you are watching this special segment with Rohas Nagpal. This is me, Manoj Dara, signing off. But keep watching 3.0 TV for more such interesting views and analysis from the most important individuals of this Web3 ecosystem. Thank you.